What's going on? Appreciate everybody hopping on. We get started here in just a minute. Looking at gold again tonight. Thought the market was going to be actually closed, but just the bank holiday tomorrow, so we can still take an Asia trade at least. Something aligns here for us. Sorry guys, I'm just sending this link out. What's up, Zena? All right, guys. So we can go ahead and get started here on gold. Let me see. Probably as close as I'm gonna be able to get it here. Go to one screen for now. So if we check out the H8 time frame here on gold, so from the higher time frame perspective, we have finally got that shift we were looking for. So I haven't actually taken any trades yet just this week, just because of the simple fact that we haven't been at a level to really show us if price action is actually going to continue with the overall bullish order flow or actually show that transition barrier. So the first sign was when we inverted this buy side imbalance here to the left on the H8 time frame, as you guys can see. Once we inverted that, closed through this right here, that was the first sign. We closed pretty strong, but we were still at this bullish order block. So at this level, I was watching to see, do we maintain, especially with FOMC, to start to see further upside, or do we crash through and start taking out lows? So we can see we actually took out this bearish bullish rejection to the left as well as this one here, but we have been playing this range. So something that price could also do is with that breakout kind of close right back within that range. So it's something we got to watch out for as well. But I do like sell side continuation tonight if price action can maintain outside this range. So if we look at the 3 hour, we got a lot of order consumption to the top. Runs of lows. We ran out Asia's low, closed below it here. So what I'll be looking for tonight will be a retest here. Appreciate the follow. So I'll be looking for a retest above 3,379. 0.93. If we can get that, then definitely, see that run of liquidity. We also have a nice sell side imbalance here. Let me take this off. I know this might be hard to see. So we got a nice sell side imbalance right in here. So right within it. So if we can maintain, after running that high, maintain this imbalance, really want to see price maintain that London's high, then we could see that trade down lower. Now, if we get just back within this range and just chop, then we don't got nothing, guys. Price action just running, seeking liquidity to the downside. Next target will probably be back around the New York's high, previous day's high. So if it's just a back and forth, we'll stay out. Of course, if we take a hit, we take a hit. Move on to Thursday night, and then we'll have Friday. So we'll see what we get tonight, guys.
I remember those biochem notes. It was 15 semesters ago to this very night.
How old are you?
Dozens of pages of incoherent red. I'd hoped to finish by 2 a.m., but
Shazam. So Mac can just create key points.
Look at the big brain on Kevin.
You know who sells more euros than anyone else in America? Hint. They have a $7 euro meal right now. Answer in 5, 4.
What's up, Jabari?
It's on Arby's. We have the meat.
Yeah, for all you guys tapping in on the live, make sure you guys share it for me. I appreciate everybody. So again, on that futures chart, that run that we're looking for is above the Asia open high. That's going to be at 3,396.7. So if we can run that, we can definitely look for further downside. Right now, we did have a new day opening gap that we could see on the gold chart here. And with that new day opening gap, we'll probably end up seeing price action just retest it and then run out our liquidity above our high. One thing we could also see is that new day opening gap kind of get inverted, and then we see price action just retest and then continue down lower to run out previous day's low and continue from there. But we really want to see liquidity taken. If it's a continuation setup again, there's not much we can do about it. But through the new day opening gap may not be bad. The last one we marked up hit stops, but we didn't end up taking a trade anyway. That's another reason, like I said, I don't really like continuation setups. So so Naeem said, I like the music, I can access it. So yeah, the music, I'll send a link in Discord. It's just like neo soul lo-fi channel I got playing. But there is the binaural beats and beats for traders that we got on our page too. So if you go to beats for traders on YouTube or put in TGFX beats for traders, you'll see it's like a playlist right made as well. It should be back up. Last time I checked it, I tried to play it last stream and it wasn't working. So should be back up now, but it's a 24-hour stream, just the music you can study to, trade to. Nine to 5, I appreciate that follow. Genesis, what's going on? Hesney or Heckney. What's up, Coda? What's up, Zoli? What's going on, Looper? So if we look here too, guys, so let me change this real quick. So if we look here, guys, on the right side of my screen, on that 1 hour time frame, we could see, we got this trend line area here built up of liquidity. So multiple retests. And when we think about these type of levels here, and you see higher lows and higher highs being built, all these lows have not been taken out. Price action was trending. So we came up. This was our last low. Came up, pulled back, maintained this low. Came up, pulled back, maintained this low. Came up, pulled back, maintained this low. So this is definitely areas that price may be drawn to run if we do get that trade down lower. Because these are basically like protected lows. They haven't been taken out. So, definitely liquidity that can be taken out here, opposed to like, let's say we were taking buys right now on this right side, this area of buyers was getting stopped out multiple times. So, stops have already been kind of hit in this area. Whereas here, stops have not yet to be taken. These levels did hold. So I would like to see those get taken out before these highs. But, with us in consolidation, price action could definitely just want to run higher here, continue to take out both these highs or all these highs here to the left. So we still got about 30 minutes left on that H or M30 H1 closure. Coda said, feeling good, sharpening my edge. How about you? Yeah, I'm feeling good as well. I think this week has just been, really slow. So I haven't taken any trades yet this week. So besides that, I mean, everything's been going pretty smooth though. Actually, I'm like more excited about what our system keeps us out of, because like the way that we haven't been trading like ahead of FOMC, avoiding certain times in the market, avoiding certain like when we start to see consolidation, things like that, just paying attention to certain days and stuff like that has definitely played a huge role in just avoiding a lot of losses, because I can just look at this sideways movement on gold and just know like this would have been last year, not really, probably not last year, but we did hit bad consolidation last year, but definitely 2023, this would have been tough. I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have blew an account during this time, just this week, a price action, just with us, back forth, you know what I mean? Especially if I'm not scalping positions and holding them like I used to, it would have been over with this week. But luckily, like I said, we stayed out of the market. We waited to see the true move. Now we got to push outside of the range. So we just want to see if we can maintain it now and continue down lower. It's the main thing we focused on. So Adrian said, I haven't been in here in a while. You're here every day at the same time. Yep. So I'll be here at every day. Typically, it's anywhere. It kind of range from like 7 to 7:30. Around this time, I usually am either eating with my family or getting my son in and out the shower, stuff like that. So it just really depends. But I try to get to the chair at 7. I usually have my markup done around like 6:30, and then I'll just adjust it when I come back to get the high and low of the open. But yeah, so I'm usually here latest, usually like 7:30, and Monday through Thursday night trading Asia session. Oh yeah, no problem, Adrian. Yeah, guys. So we have coming down to 25 minutes left on that H1 closure. You can see that price action pretty much just moving sideways here. Not too much going on. We did have a decent drop after that rejection wick was formed, but price action just moving sideways, slowly start creeping back, starting to potentially push up from right here. So we'll see if we get a run of liquidity. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, my bad. All right, starting to see some order consumption, a little bit of buying pressure coming in. What's up, Kenny? What's up, Austin? What's up, Raymond? What's up, Mario? Yep, this is gold futures I'm trading right here. What's up, Bryce? I appreciate the follow, Raymond. But yeah, guys, I mean, like I said, 5 minutes starting to show a little bit of bullish strength, but definitely still a ways of taking out that high. So we'll see if we can get above 3,396.7 or 0.6, actually. Let me make sure I got the tool on. Yeah.
Strengthen damaged hair for deep repair. Everpure Bond Repair from L'Oreal Paris. Our system with Bonding Hair Complex repairs weak inner hair bonds to strengthen hair in just one use. Everpure from L'Oreal Paris. Try our new Bond Repair Oil and Serum. You're worth it. I don't think they'll take that here.
Of course they take Discover. It's accepted in 99% of places.
99%? I didn't know that.
We're stuck in the past, baby.
You're the one who owns 13 pairs of parachute pants?
Well, fashion is cyclical. They'll be back. Right? Hopefully.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places nationwide. Earn cash back at all of them.
Okay, Shori, what's up? Dory, what's going on? All right, guys. So we got a little bit of buying pressure stepping in here. We're sitting at London's low, so we'll see if we can get back above it. We are also above the previous day open as well, so we know we want to be selling above the previous day's open, so that also gives us more influence if we get a transition after that liquidity grab. But we also again got that chance of just coming right back within this range of price action, and then we see price action want to trade higher tonight, so not too much we can do about it. If it does want to just switch right back up, we'll just be patient and watch how the market reacts here. Ashton, what's up? What's going on, Luke? What's going on? Laporta, Grace, Robbie, Kashori, what's up? Yeah, appreciate everybody hopping on. Monterey, Ira, Avery, what's up? All right, guys, so we're getting that bullish pressure we're looking for. So it's all going to be dependent on what happens. If we can get this liquidity round, then, see how price interacts after this. So Grace says you trade futures. Yep, I trade futures. So I trade gold and gold futures. Well, gold on the Forex side as well as gold futures. Yep. Alexandria, what's going on? What's up, Hillside?
This is Arby's $7 Euro meal. Do the Greeks have a god of meats? If they don't, is there a form we need to fill out? A number to call? Arby's, we have the meat.
A wider smile brightens more than just your teeth. Colgate Optic White's unique hydrogen peroxide technology is engineered to remove deeper stains for a visible difference in just 3 days. So you can live life to the brightest.
What's going on, B? All right, so we are closing in on at 7:50 to 8 o'clock, starting here in about 2 minutes, minute and a half. Definitely probably start seeing some more volatility kick in around that 7:50, 8 o'clock, heading into that new hour candle open. What's up, Obi? JDG, what's going on? What's going on, Rob? She's slating Nas. Hey. Kenny said gotten a little late. What we looking for on gold? Yeah, for sure, bro. So gold, based off that higher time frame. Oops, let me switch it to the screen. So gold right now, based off that higher time frame. Like I said at the beginning, I haven't taken any trades yet this week just because we kind of been sitting at an inflection point. So we had initially inverted this buy side and bounce here to the left. So we got a nice bearish close through it. We were at this bullish order block here on the H8. So price retest rejected this level multiple times. Was looking to see, will buyers stand here and continue to rise, or we see more of a bearish crash. So since I didn't really get a clear direction just yet, I was waiting on, to get that confirmation. So I expected with FOMC that we would see that. So we end up getting a bearish close below some of these short-term lows here. So not only do we got that sell side imbalance now, we do got a bearish continuation order block and the run of lows. So with that, I'm looking for more sell side. 3-hour time frame, we can see we are still technically consolidated though. Nice order consumption wicks to the top, clear liquidity to the bottom side. So we do got to be mindful that, with price action in this choppy range, that we may just see liquidity get grabbed and then we trade right back to the upside, coming back for Asia's high and the previous day's high. So right now, based off our Asia open, our high on the Forex chart at 3,379.35. On the futures chart, that is at 3,396.6. Once that liquidity is taken, then we can start to see how price action interacts for that sell side. We also have an imbalance sitting directly below it, above that run of liquidity. So if we can run out buy side liquidity tonight, test into that imbalance, respect it, then we could definitely look for that trade down lower today. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. Grace said, do I teach? Yep. So I got a lot of videos on Instagram as well as YouTube. So if you go to TGFX on YouTube, you can search us up. I'm also live right there. Got a lot of videos, but I also do personal one-on-ones and stuff. So you guys can always shoot me a DM as well. What's up, Jess? What's going on, DB? Tommy? JJ, what's up? Carnivore, what's going on? What up, Mike? Yeah, guys, so we're still just seeing that rejection around that London's low here currently. Price action is just kind of struggling at this level, so I still want to see us impulse past it to take out that high first, though, before I look for anything. But with us basically just sitting at that London's low, there is that chance that price action just want to, struggle here, see a transition, head back lower. So just being London's low.
But the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps. Zevo attracts and traps bugs 24/7 using a blue and UV light with no odor and no mess for effortless protection. Zevo, people friendly, bug deadly.
This is like the best flavor because I have strawberry ice cream in the middle and I have like breadcrumbs on top. Me? I'm eating strawberry. It's awesome. I found the strawberry inside of it. Amazing.
Kenny said, appreciate you going back through that for me. Yeah, no problem, bro. Yeah, not a problem at all. All right, so we got that 15-minute candle closing in about 4 minutes. Let's see if we maintain that bullish candles range. If we do, we may see like a bullish continuation order block taking us back above that London's low here. So we'll see what happens. What's up, Maddie? Hussein? Sees, what's up? He said gold acting like this today. No volume, but more common days similar to Bitcoin. Yeah, for sure. I mean, anytime it's ahead of FOMC, gold is always acting up, man. Like, I agree with you. But main thing is that I noticed, that I told the group chat today too, was usually the day before, the night before, and then the day of is always terrible for on FOMC. So if it's FOMC on a Wednesday, usually that Tuesday during New York, I take a loss. That Tuesday night, I'll take a loss. And then if I trade Wednesday, of course, during FOMC, I take a loss. So like literally going back through so many of my stats, majority of those days was losing days. So I didn't even trade today. I just said I'm gonna wait until after FOMC. And then, that'll be my first trade of the week since I didn't take anything Monday night. But yeah, I think more volatility will come, but we are entering into those summer months, so it's going to be a bit more tricky. So we definitely need to, practice proper risk management, of course, and then my main thing is just going to be really narrowing down on how many setups I take. So being very strict on, certain limits that I hit per week. So I'll probably cut it in half from what my normal risk per week would be. Just, as we enter into these months, I know, like for me, late August, early September was like my worst trading period of 2024. Even going into like mid September, October was decent, but it was kind of rocky too. I had a lot going on too. So, but definitely gonna be careful just as far as the price action heading into August. July should be pretty decent. Early August was decent too. But honestly, with everything going on, this may be the summer that the markets is just rocking. So we just have to see. Abby, what's going on? Ariel, what's up? Katrins, what's up? Or Cat, is it Katniss? Anthony, what's going on? If you guys are enjoying the live, make sure you share it for me. Appreciate you. So like I said, we kind of just struggling here, guys, at that London's low at the moment. You see that 1 hour we close a complete doji candle here. So since we closed within that previous bullish candles range, what I'm expecting is we do form that bullish order block. But we just want to be careful when we see this, because we're starting to show continuation after we ran a lot of liquidity here to the left of this build up this week. So if we see a nice rejection, of course we could still take it. But like I said, I may not force more than one entry if price action is just blasting back through. I want to see that sell side actually stick. So we'll see how price action kind of plays out. That may kind of give us our indication of what we need to look for when we get to the market on Thursday night too. What's going on, gang? Appreciate you joining. I appreciate that follow too. All right, so it looks like we're slowly taking back that London's low, getting back above it. As long as we can maintain London's high, we should be good. What's up, Bobby? Rob said, "What's the background music?" Background music, I got it's like a if you search on YouTube, Neo Soul, um, is it Neo Soul Binaural Beats? Oh no, it's Neo Soul Lo-Fi. Or put in Neo Soul Lo-Fi beats. But also, we got our own binaural beats, our traders playlist as well. So it's just playing like lo-fi beats and stuff as well. If you type in TGFX, I believe it's TGFX Music for Traders or Music Playlist for Traders on YouTube, you'll find it. We also got one pretty similar. Easy to study to, tap in, easy to trade to. Something peaceful, you know. So it's not just noiseless in the background. And, you know, of course, with binaural beats, that helps you focus. It's good for meditation too, or if you just use pure binaural beats to meditate. What's up, AG? Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. So it's looking like price is going to run that high here. Of course, we still got 9 minutes left on this M15, but right now it's looking pretty strong. TG, what's up, bro? My boy. Looking at themselves tonight, brother. Hopefully we catch one, man. I appreciate the gifts. W's in the chat. Layla, what's up? But yeah, now that we've broken out to the downside, got a nice closure. I think we should get something, but we can consolidate though. Dory, what's up? NQ Future, what's up?
Downy Unstoppables with odor blocker to keep you fresh all day. Just toss, wash, and wow. Downy Unstoppables.
Not too much, man. Looking for sales on gold tonight.
Pampers Swaddlers keeps baby 3 times drier, so your baby stays comfortably dry all night long.
I'm waiting to see a round, guys, above 3,396.6. Main thing I said is the fact that 1 hour maybe forming that bullish order block coming at 9 o'clock close. So do want to be careful there, but we are trading within a sell side and balance range to the left. So as long as we can, maintain that London's high, then I think we should see price action continue lower. Yeah, NQ's future said gold been struggling to break up. Yeah, it's been struggling to break out of consolidation. So that's why I'm not like too pressed on trading it tonight. And then we got the bank holiday tomorrow, so it may not even really move like that. May just trade it back in Asia and then Friday for New York. But yeah, right now it's been a choppy week. I haven't. It'll be my first trade if I do catch one tonight. First place trading. What's up? What's going on, Jake? So Elvin said you got any payouts with Top One? Yep. So I got $2,500 payout with them so far. I only been using them for just over a month though. Alex said opinion on CRCL. So I'm pretty sure that's like stock. I don't trade stocks or stock options. 11 said, okay, I've been using Take Profit, trying to find some more valid ones. Yeah, I definitely would say I like my experience with Top One. It was good. I put a video out on YouTube as well, just like going through the withdrawal process, and I literally got it like the same day, or yeah, basically the same day, like that night. So I requested it, I think around like 4 o'clock. I think it was on a Wednesday, and then I had it so when I finished my Asia stream, I had it by 9 o'clock into my Wise account. Only thing was from Wise to my bank account took like 3 days, but yeah, their process is pretty instant. I mean, the rules is fair. The only thing I don't like is the consistency rule, of course, but I mean, besides that, it's pretty cool. I would say they're decent. Only thing, of course, they just charge more because I did a straight to funded account. So it's a little bit different, a little bit more, but it takes away that step of having to, take another challenge and get through how many ever winning trading days you need, X, Y, and Z, where you can just the same process you would have had to go through to go from through the challenge phase to get to the funding phase, and then of course you got to make it through whatever the funding stage requires. You just do that with the straight to funding phase, and you get your payout at the end of it instead of having to get moved to a funded account. So 11 said, how much is a 50K instant? 50K instant when I got it was 50% off, and it was like, I think it was 55% off. It was like I want to say 239, just under 250. So if you consider like most accounts right now, like a 50K is probably like 100, 120, something like that. Of course, if you go on to Apex, they'll charge you like $35 or whatever for the month, but their rules are stupid. But you go straight to funding. But that I would say if you've been able to consistently pass challenges, I would recommend straight to funding because in that way you really get a reward, even if it's a smaller reward, like a smaller payout than you would have intended. You get actually rewarded for that instead of just getting rewarded with a certificate going to the funding stage. And let's say you hit a rough patch in your trading. Now you did all that or wasted that month or two, whatever it took you to pass the account. And now you're either in drawdown trying to get yourself out or, you blew the account. Whereas you go straight to funding, get the job done, get your payout, whether you blow the account with the, next trade you take or, you hold on to it, get another payout out of it. Great. But it's a good risk to reward, I feel like.
New Halo Top Chocolate Punch Brownie has brownie chunks in batter swirl.
Yeah, yep. 11 said you got a great deal because the account going to be 120, 200 in the activation. Exactly. Exactly. So you already got to pay an activation fee on top of that. So it's like, um, why not just go straight to funding? If you've been, like I said, if you've been consistent, I definitely recommend it. That's the next best thing. Then, of course, funding your own account. Because prop firms with these rules, and you think about it, you only got 3.5% drawdown. I said that on one of the previous streams. Like a lot of traders get down on themselves because they think that they're not successful or they don't know what they're doing because they're losing challenges. But you got to realize, like, these prop firm challenges, they're only offers, especially for futures, only offering 3.5% trailing drawdown, and some of the best traders in the world's portfolios go dip under 20 to 30% every year. And they still come out profitable at the end of the year. So when you consider that, it's like it's not necessarily a system. It's just these prop firms have you focused on like the short term more than actually like the long term goal. So I mean, it could be tough. So you really got to change your strategy to fit the prop firm model instead of like the other way around. And that's the hard part, especially if it's not fitting for your personality. Coda said, "What prop firm? That's top one futures." Some forex accounts are adding instant funding too. I think Funded Pips got one. What's going on, JoJo? Suki, what's up? All right, guys. So we not too many pips away from running that high. Coda says that monthly fee for futures only. So with the instant funding, it's no instant. I mean, it's no monthly fee. So that 250 or 260, whatever, with the 50% off was just the one time. So like I said, it's still a bit more expensive because that was 50% off. So the actual price is like close to $600 for a 50K account. But it's like I said, you go to instant funding where all you have to do, well, top one specifically for a 50K account, you have to make 3,000 on the account before you can request a $2,500 payout, and then you have your 20% consistency rule. So some traders, I mean, even if you guys are in the Discord, I put that link out. I think that was Monday. If you guys watched that interview, this guy Lawrence was on with ASFX, Austin Silver, and he was talking about how he just completely ignores the 20% rule and just trades like how he would normally trade. So if the market produces X amount, then he just makes X amount, and then if that's his highest amount, he just makes sure that he falls under consistency rule with that, instead of just focusing on, oh, I'm gonna just trade smaller amounts every time. Typically, that's kind of what I do. So I try to keep my wins under 600, so I don't have to make more than that 3,000. You have to make roughly like 3,100 if your biggest trade is like $600. So you just got to keep that in mind. But what you can do is, if you trade more or trade with, like say you got your biggest win is $1,000, that'll make, of course, you have to have a bigger profit at the end to hit that 20% rate. But that does give you more wiggle room. So you hit that higher profit target, pull out 2,500. Now you got a bigger buffer, so you can maintain. There's a higher chance you can maintain that account. You go into drawdown, whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's basically it. Like with top one, I would say either build that buffer up, or you can either build that buffer up, or you can just take your profit, take your 2,500 once you make your 3,000, and just go from there. Like if you have $500, $600 wiggle room, you use that. That may, if you're risking $200 per trade, that's only going to give you like 2 to 3 trades until you lose that account. But if you only pay $250 for the account, and you got a $2,500 payout, that's a 1 in 10 risk to reward. So what you just put down, you made 10 times back. So 11 said, I'm looking for a top one now. There is a deal, but it's for a one-step challenge. Is there an activation fee after passing? Nope. So no activation fees. Nope. Yeah, I think Tradeify is pretty much the same. So he said, can you explain the consistency rule for the 25K? Yeah, so I mean it's 20%. I don't know exactly for 25K what the highest profit target is. Let me see real quick. I'll look it up. Let's see, top one. So top one, the instant. So you want to make sure you go to instant sim funded. 25K, their max strength drawdown is 1,000. See, I don't know what's the because they changed it to where you have to make a certain amount. So I'll just say, let me see, because 3,000 would be 6%. Trying to get this calculator out real quick. Make sure I tell you correctly. So %. So 1,500 will probably be the amount that you got to make on the account. So 1,500, let's just say, in order for you probably to pull out $1,000 payout, you would need to make 1,500. So sorry, I know I'm all over the place. So you have to make 1,500 on that account in order to pull out, I believe, which would be 1,000. So you have to make 6% to pull that out. Now the consistency rule, what you want to do is times that by 0.20 or by 20%. So times 0.20, that'd be $300. So basically, you would not want any of your trades to go over $300. So what that does is make you, if you're shooting for that $1,500 target, So if you end up going over, let's say you make $400 per trade, now you would have to figure out, okay, well, like let's say we did 1,800 divided by 400. We will want that to be under 20%. So you will have to figure out, okay, how much more would I need to make in order to get in the consistency rule under 20%. So you have to find whatever that number is. So, you have to do, let's say, maybe like 2,500 times 20% will be 500. So if you fall under 400, okay, my biggest trade can't be over 500 to make 2,500 and so on. So that'll be your way to figure it out. And then you have to see, okay, well, if I did make more, have to go up to see how much more I would need to make. So that's basically what it is. So he said, how long does the consistency rule last? The consistency rule is throughout the whole entirety of your account. So you're going to have to always stick within those rules. So guys, we did get that liquidity run here above our high. So now all we need to do is just sit back, wait and see how the market reacts from here. Of course, we got that imbalance directly above us that we're now testing into as well. So these will be our areas as far as tonight, what we want to watch. We may come back, test around that London's high, but like I said, I want to see that maintain. And then we can see a trade potentially down lower, only if the sellers can maintain though. So TG said you enter on the 15. No, I usually enter on the so I usually look at the M5, M1, M15, but I usually kind of cycle through. So I'm waiting to see a shift basically start on the M5, M15. I'm looking for that rejection. And then from there, I'm using the M1 to like precision. So I'm looking for like runs of short-term lows, sell side imbalance. So basically 1 minute just kind of give me the details, but I'm looking at M5 for like bearish engulfing with nice rejection, M15, and then I'll drop down. Because if I go straight to the M1, I'm going to be too hesitant or too more so decisive to get into a trade. Like I'm going to want to enter basically as soon as it's rejecting. What's going on, Lex? Week's been pretty good. How about you? So right now we can see after we ran out that high, 5 minutes rejecting, but we're still within that previous candle's range. So we may end up just, respecting it, giving like a bullish continuation, continue higher. So we just want to wait here, be patient. So Edgar said, what you trading, brother? Support and resistance. So I trade more institutional concepts. So supply and demand. I trade order pools. I trade liquidity imbalances. Pretty much stuff like that. But I mean, when it all comes down to it, it's the same thing. Edgar says, so ICT. So yeah, a lot of institutional concepts that he does trade as well. All right, guys. So we get a nice rejection on the M5. Closing in about a minute and 50. We'll see if we maintain or we just reject here. So Edgar said, go don't get volume till about an hour or so. I think that's when the market opens in China. Yeah, so Asia session opens at 6 p.m. EST. So I've been trading this Asia session since the end of October, but I've been streaming live or trading live with our Discord since the beginning of January. And yeah, you're right as far as like the volume. So sometimes the volume will enter like right around 7 and we'll take an entry then, but a lot of times our entries don't come until like 9:30, 10 o'clock. But I usually don't take any trades after 10:30. So Ron, or hope I said that right. I'm in longs on NQ right now. Okay, but gold waiting for a pullback to a key level. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking for shorts today on gold, potentially. But we kind of been in the range. NQ, man, NQ has been something else. NQ, I actually sent out PDF today for the group at these levels, potentially for buy side. Oh, I forgot you guys. TikTok can't see my other screen. So I was looking at, if you can see on the left side of my screen right here, once we got this impulse up through these imbalances here to the left on the H1, I was looking to see price action maintain it and continue higher, but we end up just coming down, swept out previous day's low, swept that London's low here. We basically came back below that wick, and now we're seeing price action draw back. So yeah, you definitely got in at a nice point as far as the Asia low and previous day low liquidity grab right there. Hopefully it does continue to push back up. I still think we'll see buys potentially on in Q2. Sniper Pig said, is this a legit website? So this is a trading view that I'm trading on. And yeah, I mean, they've been around forever. They have, regulated brokers all on their platform as well. So I would say yes. What's going on, Ron? Lex said trash price action this week, but should be able to take my 5th payout tomorrow with my Tradeify account. So I'm happy about that. That's what's up. Yeah, I think Tradeify is also straight to funded, Coda. I believe. I don't know if they have like a 2-step. But yeah, that's what's up. Lex is on her 5th payout with Tradeify. So that's another one too. You guys can check out. But yeah, I haven't taken anything this week, Lex. It ain't been looking good. So hopefully we catch something tonight. See, Will, what's up? What up, Toby? All right, so we can see that M5 did close more so doji order consumption to the bottom side. So we probably be forming a bullish continuation order block unless we can reject from here. Not taking anything yet, guys. Just kind of measuring this out here. So Sniper Pick said you can trade after 4 p.m. Yeah, so I'm trading gold futures. So I'm trading during the Asia session right now. So yeah, definitely, if you are working or busy during the day, this is definitely a good time to trade. It's a couple of different pairs. Gold moves pretty good during Asia, but you can also tap in with like USD JPY. It's pretty good. GJAU during Asia session is good too if you're trading, forex side. But I think with I think I don't know about UJ if there's a if there's a symbol for that on the future side. What's up, Angel? So again, guys, not taking anything, just literally watching to see how price holds at this level. What's up, Yams? So yeah, guys, haven't taken anything yet. Market's still kind of maintaining bullish here. We got about trying to check the time. We got about 25 minutes left in our session, but definitely make sure you guys are in the Discord. Like I said, I usually look at the setups until like 10:30. So if we don't catch something on stream, I'll definitely still post what I take, so you guys can enter with me. Miss Leo, what's up? Ross said, I want to go lay down, but every time I do, the market moves. No, I feel that. That's how I am too, man. Especially when I trade Asia session. Um, it's like I be wanting to go to sleep, but at the same time, I be trying to still just kind of study the market, or I'm in a position, so it just definitely is a little bit harder to sleep. But once I'm in a position, though, I got my stop loss set, my take profit set, and it's really gonna hit or it's not. And then I give it a little bit of time to play out and start moving my stops and stuff like that. if we start getting price action built in my direction or I don't like the setup. But mostly, if I'm in it, I already like it before it, even started. But if I start seeing signs or which usually does, I usually don't ever cut a trade early, but I will move stops in once we get to a certain point. So that's the main thing I'll be trying to catch before I go to bed, because price action to build out and then you didn't get the trail like you wanted, and you missed out on X amount of profit because you weren't able to trail because you were sleeping, especially if it's moving. What's up, Ralph? So yeah, guys. So right now we literally still seeing that buy side. So nothing for us to take right now. Like I said, I'm just kind of marking this out until price show me it's ready. I do like the rejection that we close on the M5, but still within that previous candles range right here. So I'm not really expecting too much out of the sell side just yet, unless we really start to show push. What's up, David? What's going on, Nia? Coda said, Jordan, where's your video on futures on YouTube? Yeah, so if you look up, it may be like TGFX, what did I call it? Transitioning from Forex to futures on there. That'll be the one you want to check out. So Nia says, seeing a trade right now for gold. So yeah, right now I'm looking for shorts. We just ran out the liquidity of the Asia Open right here, but I haven't got a transition yet on the sell side. And then the 1 hour time frame, we may be closing like a bullish continuation. We pretty much have formed like a doji candle here. So we'll see how price action maintains. We got a sell side imbalance here to the left that I'm really basically playing this off of to see if we get shorts. But if we start trading back above the London's high, then we may just see price action maintain higher. So watching the lower time frames right now in 5 and 15, seeing if we get a shift bearish, but right now we just are maintaining. Yeah, no problem, Coda. What's up, Anthony? Nia said, looking at the charts all day, waiting hurts my eyes. Do you also trade NQ? No, I feel that. That's definitely, especially if you look at more than one session. But no, I personally don't trade NQ. I definitely mark it up like for the group and stuff like that. But I haven't really been a fan of trading indices even throughout like my trading career. I always, kind of stuck to gold and oil, stuff like that. So that's mainly what I trade. But I do look at NQ, when I'm on the stream and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been in a chop as well, similar to gold right now. Markets haven't really been that clean. So like I said, for me, I haven't even taken a setup yet this week because it hasn't been nothing there for me. Just bouncing back and forth. Nia said, cool. How long you been trading? So this would be my 7th year trading. Specifically futures though, I only been trading futures. Well, I started dabbling in futures in like 2021, 2022, something like that. And then I put it back down, went back to Forex. And then like that knowledge that I learned and stuff before, once all the Forex firms started getting shut down, we had to transition to futures. That's when I started trading futures again. And it kind of came back to me. King said, just set alarms for point of interest. Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing that I do too. Like, I don't really like to sit and just look at the chart all day. So I'll set my alerts for my key levels, write my if then statements down. Like, if price gets here, does this, then I'm going to look for this. Or if price comes here, does this, I'll look for this. If neither of that happens, none of my alerts hit, there's nothing for me to really check on. I'll come back every 30 minutes or so. But if my and with trading view alerts too, if you got an Apple Watch and got the app, you can have it straight to your watch, that'll ding and say, whatever alert you got set. So that's pretty cool too. She said her trading view alarms never go off. Yeah, sometimes mine is weird too though. But when I got the app on my phone, I usually 9 times out of 10 get that. Ron said gold. All right, pull back to my key level. Didn't even realize gold gone for a few. Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. So you looking for sales on gold, or are you looking for buys? I appreciate that follow too, Nia. What's up, Melvin? Oh, he said was looking for buys, but I missed it. Yeah, I mean it's kind of rolling right now. We came down, basically tested around that new day opening gap here, and then we kind of just took off to the upside. But now we're trading back within that 1 hour sell side imbalance. So I'm expecting that we may start to see a rollover here, unless we just get a lot of buy strength come in. Basically sitting at 50% of that 1 hour sell side imbalance. So we'll see what happens from here. But I can definitely see buys too, because we overall been consolidated. So it ain't really much for us to do about that, or nothing we can do about it. So Nia said, is this alpha? No, this is my top 1 account. in TGX is just a funded account. Yep. So this is my top one account. Yep. So I traded my top one account alongside my own personal account. All right. So we show some nice order consumption here. What's up, Steve? Yeah, guys. So I mean, this market right now is just gonna require a lot of patience. We head into the summer months. You know, you don't want to force trades in the summer months. Try to be as conservative as possible. Identify your A plus setups. Only take your A plus setups. Scale down how many setups you're taking per week in the summer. It's all gonna help. Capital preservation. So Ron said it respecting the fair value gap. Yeah, so we starting to see some rejection here in M5 potential order block, but we just opened this candle at literally a minute ago, so we still got about 4 minutes left there. Would like to see a nice bearish engulfing. Let's see. (24/7) futures. What's up? So Coda says, so does it slow down during all 3 months of the summer or mainly August and September? I mean, it's not necessarily even like a slowdown. It's just more of like well, I guess you could say slowdown. It's just more of a chop and just indecisive. Like it may still even be volatile, but it may be like choppy volatile where, we're swinging price, but it's not really directional at all. So, I noticed just based off my stats from the past previous years, 2023 was decent in the summer up until September. 2023 August was terrible. Or wait, 2023 was good until, yeah, like I said, September. 2024 was terrible late August and September. But July was decent. So it's not like it really slowed down. It's just when the market starts chopping around, you gotta think too, like investors are going on vacation and stuff like that. So, there's people kind of sitting on the sidelines of the market for a little bit. So we want to definitely be in the market when it's more market participants trading it. So you'll just start to see the difference. You'll start to see setups not really hold direction. But the main thing you can do is really scroll out to the higher time frames. That's why I always use the H8. That helps battle the consolidation ranges because you can still get a clean idea of what price action may be trying to do, and then from there, like I said, just scale down how many positions that you're taking per week. Just once you notice that choppiness, once you notice like the same setups you've been taking just not holding, that's kind of when you know, okay. And then it's the timing. Like if it's late June heading into July, or we heading into August, you're like, okay, well now it kind of makes sense. So let me take a little bit of a breather, slow down a little bit. I would just say it's not like you want to avoid the market. It's just not the time to be aggressive because it's not as clear. All right, so we still got about 50 seconds left. Right now we're showing a decent bearish engulfing here. So maybe getting an entry here soon. What's going on, Stephanie? All right, close that 5-minute engulfing, guys. Did form some nice M1 imbalances here. So definitely want to see these imbalances maintained. If we can maintain them, should see some nice shorts potentially. All right, guys, so I'm still not taking nothing just yet. Got about 3 minutes left in our session. Like I said, definitely tune into the Discord. I'll post a trade I'll take. But if we do get it here shortly, I'll stay on for a second to call it with you guys. Be looking at like 50 pips, 50 ticks. Let's see how we close this M1 candle. Really don't want to see price action reject. I want to see that follow through on this candle. All right, so it looks like we're gonna close with a rejection. So we'll wait. We'll wait. Miss Legacy, what's up? Maybe coming back to retest these imbalances above us. So again, guys, just a quick recap, because it probably will be a couple more minutes before, if I do take an entry, like I said. But just based off the higher time frame, we have seen that shift back to the sell side. Let me just do this real quick so you guys can see it. All right, so based off that higher time frames, guys, H8, like I said, really was the factor, our determining factor for price action today. While we're looking for shorts, we overall were bullish. As you guys can see, we got a transition. We inverted this buy side and bounce to the left, and then we got a bearish quasi form here. Now, the only thing is, once we were in this range, we had bullish continuation order blocks form here. We basically were just moving sideways, so we did not get a clear indication. Price action was trying to sell. So once we got a run of our low, short-term low, which was here, we got a closure through it on the HA time frame. That's why I'm overall, looking for shorts. 3-hour time frame, we can see basically moving sideways, but we got a nice bearish push down, ran out the Asia's previous low here as well. And then that 1 hour, we ran out that liquidity that we've been talking about above that Asia's high, Asia open high. Now we're just literally waiting on that rejection, guys. So sorry, I'm trying to stream on 2 platforms, so I'm trying to get this together for you guys. Let's see. Okay. So, yeah, that's basically what I'm waiting on. Waiting to basically see follow through on that sell side. Looks like we came back into that imbalance that we marked up that we want to see price action maintain. So I really just want to see some good follow through. I don't want to see that back and forth. So if we can close this next candle bearish, we may call it entry here. See if we can close below this previous candle's low. Probably be looking at closer to 60 pips to get above the high. Yeah, like 61. So we got about 20 seconds left on this closure. Let's see how we close. Just with a wick, or if we can close below the low. All right, so we end up rejecting here. So still that back and forth at the moment, guys. So like I said, meet me in Discord. I'll definitely throw it in the chat when I do take a short, but I don't think the market is ready just yet until we can really just roll over. I do like the rejections that we're getting up here, but we want to see these imbalances on the M1 time frame. We want to see them maintain. And with the rejection, we also want to see follow through. So we don't want to see price action reject, come right back up, reject, come back up. So I'm gonna stay out of this until we get more follow through, and then I'll call that entry for you guys. So I appreciate everybody hopping on. Appreciate you, TG. Love May, everybody that hopped on tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow night once we open back up after Juneteenth, and then Friday I'll be trading New York as well. So yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and yeah, hopefully we still smack something.